Hey everybody, KMO here with another Out of My Head video. And I'm going to start off reading something from a listener or viewer. I've been doing podcasts for over a decade, so I'm just used to saying listener, but viewer. This comes from Nico. Nico writes, also found you searching for Yang coverage. I love your videos. They are really smart and funny. Thank you. And high quality on the sound, too. All right, we're going to detour. So the sound. I use this. Plugs right into my phone. It is the, what is it called? The Video Mic Me from Rode. And, well, hey, since we're talking about equipment, let's do a little How the Sausage is Made segment.
All right, so now we're going to do a little studio tour. And if the audio is different, it's because I'm now recording in Audition using my black snowball microphone. And you can see that here in the opening of this little video that I shot this morning. It was fairly early in the morning, so it's still fairly dark. But here, check it out. So first I turn on the LED light that I use just to even it out, because I usually shoot during the daylight next to a window, which if I didn't use this extra light would leave me half in shadow, basically. That's another little LED. Casts some interesting shadows on the wall. There's the War on Normal People, which I'm taking out of the background. And I was going to put it on the bookshelf, and I did put it on the bookshelf rather than shelving it with the other books. I'll have to do that later. Not showing you the rest of my rather disheveled apartment. So here is the microphone that I plug into my phone. It is a Rode, I just described it to you in the other part of the video, a Rode Video Mic Me, plugs right into my Huawei cell phone. Speaking of the Huawei cell phone, it's a Mate Se. I got it on Amazon last December. It cost me $220. It is the best smartphone I've ever owned and among the cheapest. So I'm kind of bummed, about the effects of the trade war on Huawei, because Huawei is not going to be able to use the Android operating system going forward until this trade war thing is resolved, I guess. But it's a bummer, because I would definitely make my next phone a Huawei. And I've got an iPad, which you'll see here in a second, and the Huawei phone and the iPad, they don't play nice together. I would really love to be able to edit video shot on the phone on the iPad, because the video editing software that I use on the phone, which is CyberShot Power Director, it doesn't show me the audio waveform to go with the video, which makes editing, just spoken word stuff more difficult, and doing jump cuts, things like that. I would really like to be able to do it on the iPad and use the LumaFusion video editing software, but the iPad, while the camera is probably better than the one on the phone, the AI on the phone is much better in terms of shooting good video. So sometimes I shoot video with the iPad, and while it's sharp, it doesn't look very good. Particularly, it's not very good about balancing the shadow in my face to, bring out my facial details, where the phone does that brilliantly. So, it's kind of a bummer. I might have to go to a more expensive phone model in the future, but, for now, man, this Huawei is amazing.
All right, continuing with Nico's feedback. You seem so far ahead of the crowd that many just don't understand. Well, yeah, you're right. Whatever you cover, your take on it is interesting. I just noticed that the titles of your videos about Yang policies all seem kind of like you were doing hit pieces, while in fact they were just honest reflections on the policies. I get that gets you negative feedback. While you're really going into depth with the substance, comparing different perspectives, which is super valuable. What I think is happening is that Andrew Yang is being so much ignored by the other media, NBC, CNN, Politico, that anyone who does know about him or his campaign is craving for him to be covered. So even if the indie media like your channel appears to be negative, enthusiasts are responding with frustration. By the way, video titles are catchy and smart though. They trigger like, what's he saying now? I hope your channel grows in the way you like it. All right, so I think you're probably right on the money in terms of, what's happening with the negative feedback. Also, since I made my little declaration that I'm not going to be doing, Andrew Yang themed videos every day, I've been losing a few subscribers every day, I think, as the Yang gang catches on to the fact that I'm no longer even pretending, to be like I am a Yang supporter. I do intend to vote for him, and I have sent money to his campaign repeatedly now. But I'm not going to be doing uncritical, just rah, our candidate is the best sorts of videos. I mean, as a different commenter pointed out, there are plenty of such channels. So, I have really no hope of finding any footing in that market anyway. But, the month of doing Yang-themed videos did bring me into contact with several members of the Yang gang who like the stuff that I do. So I'm really happy about that. Let's see, how about the end here? I hope your channel grows in the way you like it. This is a weird one for me because what do I want? What do I want from this channel? I want to do video. Really, the sort of video I want to do, though, is best done with either a team of people or with some sophisticated artificial intelligence to help me out. Because, my skill set is kind of divided between three things. One is writing, which I never do anymore. Like I almost never script out anything for these videos. The other is public speaking or, microphone work. And then I'm a cartoonist. And I would really like to get into animation, but I don't want to be an animator. And I have, some friends who are animators. I really respect their craft. But, I'm 51. I'm not really in the mood to start climbing that particular learning curve. So I'd like to design the characters. I'd like to script out interactions with characters. I would like to incorporate that into my videos, which are not fiction. These are commentary sorts of videos, but I'd like to have, animated versions of characters that I design interacting with me in the videos. That's really what I'm aiming for. And it's more than I can do by myself right now with my current skill set and equipment. So, I'm doing what I can with what I have. And the trick I'm getting off topic because the question is not, what sorts of videos do you want to make and, what sorts of tools and do you want to be part of a team or whatever. The question is, or the topic is channel growth. I want to be able to pay my bills and I want to work less than I do now. I create a lot of content. These videos, which are not a source of income for me, really. I mean, I've made like $5 and I won't see that until I get to 100 because Google won't send out a check for less than $100. I make money with podcasting and with the cartooning, and then, distant third and fourth are shooting video for a local TV station and working behind the desk at my gym. I would like to eliminate those last two entirely. And I'd like to get some help with the subscriber-only podcast. And so, I don't want to be so well known that it becomes a pain in the ass, basically. But I do want to be well known enough that I make a decent living. So I'm going to need more than 1,000 subscribers, on YouTube to get to that level. So, channel growth, really. For a month I thought, hey, I'll catch a piece of this Andrew Yang wave and get some subscribers that way. And I did get some subscribers that way. But I guess my podcast has been such a niche thing for so long. I've just grown accustomed to having a really high quality audience. And it's difficult to maintain a high quality audience and, experience a lot of growth. You can't have a great big audience that doesn't come with it a bunch of low quality interactions. So that's kind of where I'm at, which kind of leads me back to universal basic income. It would be pretty nice to have just a basic, starting platform that I don't have to work for, and then I can build from there, and I don't really have to pander to folks that I don't really care to have as an audience. The only reason I would want them in the audience is to boost that, the big number. Because the big number does get translated into advertising revenue and into, respectability. If somebody looks at my channel and they see I have 1,100 subscribers, small time, pass, not interested. Whereas if they tune in and they say I've got 100,000 subscribers, well, then they take notice and that opens up opportunities. So it's a balancing act, really. It's weird. I mean, it's not a balancing act in that I don't really have any control over how many subscribers I have. I can't fire subscribers. and there is no magic ticket for gaining more subscribers, not real ones anyway. I mean, you can pay for fake subscribers, but I'm not interested in that. So, where does that leave us? Well, it leaves us with daily YouTube videos for the remainder of 2019, videos which are shot with the equipment that I already have and which are mostly unscripted and often, like this one, only loosely planned out in advance. And some people like that. And for those who do, good news. There'll be another one like it tomorrow. Thanks for watching.